Hi. See that guy? That's Malcolm. He is one of my biggest supporters. He's always on my side. He thinks I'm great. And he's not the only one. I have a group of friends and family and people that I pay that are very supportive of me. So why am I bragging? Well, because today we're going to talk about the last step in embracing change, which is really having a support structure or a scaffolding of support around yourself. So we talked about acceptance and what it means to accept that change is inevitable and it happens to all of us. We talked about growth mindset and ensuring that you move out of a fixed mindset and into a growth mindset where you can imagine and dream of so many possibilities. We talked about self-care and why it's important to get water and sunshine and oxygen and sleep. And one of the things I mentioned in that discussion was having friends and family and support. So I want to dive into that because I think it's such a big step and such an important step in embracing change that I want to call it out and talk about why. So let me tell you a little story. A few years back, I had what was really one of the darkest seasons of my life. I was depressed, and I had never really suffered from depression. So it was new and novel, and it felt like I had been hit by a freight train. And when I look back on that season, what I remember more than anything else is the scaffolding that was built around that part of my life in order to hold me safe during that darkness. And that scaffolding was built by friends and family, my sister, my best friend, people that were far away but stayed in touch with me. It was built by a group of local women in Seattle who absolutely were relentless in pursuit of me to make sure that I stayed with my head above the water. They fed me, they took me on walks. I was like a sad puppy that they made sure was taken care of. They were relentless in their making sure that I took care of myself, that I could talk about things if I was ready, that I was invited, was included. The other thing I had was a group of people and professionals that I paid for. I had a therapist. I had an acupuncturist at the time. I saw a hypnotherapist a few times in there. I had a regular massage therapist person that I saw. And that group of professionals that I also paid and who helped me were just as important as my group of friends, in that I needed to round out the whole structure so that I could be held safe. I tell you that because sometimes we get in our heads about the idea that support looks a certain way. Support looks like calling your mom, calling your best friend, if you have a therapist, calling your therapist. And we forget that support can look a lot of different ways, and that sometimes the way we were raised or the stories we tell ourselves about what it looks like to get help, to see a therapist, to get a coach, to whatever, can get really confusing during times of change when what we really need to do is look around and say, this is the help I need, and go get it, whether you pay for it or not. It may be that you're in a time of change and what you require is a medical doctor to check your hormones, to make sure that your health is good and that you're able to resist and stand up during this time, right? It may be that you need you need a coach in the gym, somebody to hold you accountable. Maybe what you need is somebody to help you with interview training. Maybe what you need is somebody, a real estate agent, to help you find somewhere to live. What you need varies depending on the change you're in. But you shouldn't resist getting the help you need because you have some mental model of what help looks like. How you help others may not also be the way that you need to be helped, right? So be open to a support structure that looks different than something you've ever had before. Be open to asking for help. Be open to hiring help and to saying, hey, I could really use some support in a new area or a new way. So one of the steps to embracing change is to really rally a support team around you who will support you, tell you you're wonderful, tell you who you are on your best day, and also help you see where you're maybe making bad decisions or harmful decisions. You want a support team who really helps you grow in your resilience and embodiment of who you want to be in the next phase of your life. You want people around you, paid and otherwise, who see the future through your eyes and say, yeah, you can get there. Let's go that direction, and help you get there. So I suggest you sit down and make a list of who those people are, and sit down and make another list of where you might need help that you haven't either asked for it or haven't sought it out yet. Awesome. So first, thank you to all my friends who, and supporters and former colleagues and people that I pay for help. Thank you for all the ways you've supported me in good times and bad. And should you need a partner, a coach, either on the professional side or a life coach, let me know. I'm here, and that's what I'm here for. I hope you have a great week, and I will talk to you soon. Malcolm and I say goodbye.